in the group requesting a social media cheat sheet that I'd done. So I thought I'd do a quick video to give you some tips on your social media because that seemed like an important topic. Now, we often get different results from social media, and some want to give up because they're not getting the results that they really want. And it's usually down to three main reasons. The first reason is because you haven't got enough followers. So you're not getting the leverage out of social media. So you're putting posts out there, and the only one who's liking it is your mum or your best friend. And you think, what's the point of this? I'm not reaching my ideal client. So that could be a reason for wanting to give up. The second problem can be that you just don't have enough ideas. So you're not sure, what content should I be putting out there? You can't think of it, so you just don't put any content out there at all. So that can be another frustration. And the third frustration could be, you might have the followers and you might have decent content that's going out, but you might not be getting any results back. So you think, I'm putting all this work in, but actually, am I even winning any work from this? So, for one of those three reasons, you might just want to give up social media completely. But you don't give up because it's successful and it is working for other people. So there's definitely something to it and we want to get it right. So just want to do a quick Facebook Live for you now, just to give you a few little tips on what's working for my clients, what's worked for me, and hopefully you can use some of this in your construction business. So I'm just going to share my iPad. Now this was part of a workshop that I did with my mastermind clients. We went into this in real detail and made it bespoke, but obviously we've not got time to do that on a Facebook Live. But I'm just going to run through these 6 points, and you might find you get some tips here that you can use in your construction business. So the first thing with social media is to think about your frequency. So that's over here, committing to frequency. Now, oftentimes what can happen is you might get a batch of photos in from a completed job, and bang, you put them all on social media all at once, and that's all you do, and then you don't do anything else for the next month at all. So you're really inconsistent with your posting, and that can be a problem because the day you post might be the day that your ideal client isn't on social media, so they completely miss your content altogether. So what you want to do is commit to a regular frequency of posting, whether that's once a week, 3 times a week, whatever it is, then write that down. So if you want this worksheet, by the way, I can email this over to you, but write down in the worksheet, how often are you going to post each week? Whatever's good for you, and then try and stick to it. The second thing you want to be doing is committing to your brand. Oftentimes, we're scrolling through social media so fast, aren't we, that it's easy to get lost amongst the noise. So you want to commit to your brand. If your brand's got certain colours that they use or certain imagery that you use often, then commit to that so you're easily recognisable to your ideal clients. What we don't want to be doing is posting a pink background on one day and then a yellow background the other day, and then you're just going to get lost because people are going to get confused about, is it you posting your company or is it someone else? So commit to your brand and stick to that as you go through. The third thing you want to be doing is committing to some value. So offer posts of value to your clients, something useful to them. What do they want to be reading about? So maybe you're a home extension specialist, then can you do something useful to them? Can you put some content out there, maybe top 10 kitchen ideas, something like that? So you'll know what is interesting to your audience. So put posts of value out there, which is useful to your listeners. Now, even if you're doing that, you might be putting a lot of value out there, but you might not be getting results because you're not committing to offers. So sometimes we don't ask for anything in return. But you want to do that. You want to commit to offers too. So whilst you're also putting some value and posts out there, ask for something back. So maybe you put a post out there about your kitchen extension, then why not put at the bottom, if you're interested in having a kitchen extension carried out, then contact us on this number. Or maybe you do offers throughout the year, it might be 10% off new boiler installations or things like that. Put regular offers out there so people know they need to take action. The next thing is thinking about your personality and committing to your personality, because social media can be really boring, can't it? And we want your personality to shine through, especially if you're bubbly and a warm person. Then that's what we want to see. And people buy from people. That's the important thing to remember. People buy from people. So people want to know who you are, what you stand for, what you represent. So if you can, get some videos out there of your business with you as the face of it, because that's your personality coming through. So don't be scared to show your personality in your social media. And the last thing you want to do is commit to follow up. So let's say, for example, you've put a post out there about your home extension that you've just completed, and then let's say an architect likes or comments on your post, says, yeah, great job. then make sure you commit to following that up. That's a warm lead right there. So direct message that architect. Say, oh, look, really appreciate you commenting on my post. Have you got any extensions at the moment that you'd like us to price up or tender? So make sure you follow up, because you'll be surprised at what you can get out from this when you take some proactive action. So there's just 6 tips there that hopefully you might find useful as you go through thinking about how you're going to do your social media. But the one that really seemed to attract everyone was the 14 ideas on how to generate content for your social media posts, because there's nothing worse than sitting there thinking, right, Wednesday's the day, I've got to put some content out there and I just can't think what I'm going to write. So we've got 14 ideas here. Have a look through these. You might be able to think of some more, but the real key is to map this out. It takes literally 5 to 10 minutes to do a month's worth of content on your calendar. It doesn't take long at all. And then once you've got the content out there, it's so much easier. Once it's planned, it's easier to go out there and put it out there then. So think about some ideas. It might be a client case study. You might have typical questions, typical client questions like, how long does it take to install a boiler, or how much does a typical rewire cost, things like that. You could do your story, what got you into the industry and why what you're passionate about. You might do a walkthrough of your processes. So lots and lots of ideas here. If you're only posting 2-3 times a week, it's going to be really easy to get some of these ideas and fill out your whole month. So hopefully you find that a little bit useful for your content. And if you want one of these, I'd put a previous post in to request a copy of that, but you can write down below if you want a copy, and my team will send that to you. Part of the reason we do this is because I believe there's 5 key steps to building a £1 million plus construction company. And one of those steps is how to attract your ideal client. That's what we want to be doing. And part of attracting your ideal client is filling your funnel. And that's what we're discussing here. Organic social media is a great way of filling your funnel. So you're getting plenty of leads into the top of your funnel, which will eventually convert into actual sales orders. But you'll notice here that it's not just attract that you need to master. We need to master the 5 things: plan, attract, convert. So you want to be able to convert these clients into convert these leads into actual clients. We want to be able to deliver both off-site and on-site. So make sure the delivery is right. And then of course, once we've mastered that, we want to be able to scale our business. This is what I work through with my mastermind clients, and we're building some really successful companies. So if you're interested in talking about that, then leave a comment below or send me a DM, and we'll get in contact with you to see if you're suitable. So I hope you found that useful. And if you'd like some content, the content calendar sent to you, just leave a message below.